Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a program to compare musical tunes for similarity, and lately we've been working on a clustering and then a dendogram that can show the clusters in a sort of hopefully helpful way. We got it basically working, but I've kind of been thinking I'd like to have it flipped vertically or horizontally rather, and see if we can clean up that drawing code a bit along the way. So we're going to tackle that today. I don't know. It's not something I test drove into place or anything like that. It was all manually done, and I think we're going to deal with the consequences of that today, I guess you'd say. All right, let's see. So this is our dendogram code, and I woke up with two ideas in my mind. I don't know if I can remember both of them. One is the notion of we're doing a lot of stuff where we say the position of things. Let's see if we can get to line. Well, we're passing in points, and the question is kind of like, what are those relative to? You can do things where you position stuff, or you can do things where you offset it. Okay, I think we want to position. I think it's supposed to be relative to a frame that surrounds it, and that makes me wonder if we can somehow do something with that, I guess. And the other idea, I don't know. I ought to keep paper by my bed. Yeah, hopefully it comes back. Okay, and let's see. So yeah, one of these things is the frame width determines stuff. Okay, so I don't know this. Let's see. So we're saying the width of our frame, diagram percent is how much space the diagram should get. In our case, it's 75%. We're saying this frame on the left with the names of things. I guess I should run it once. Anyway, we're saying the frame on the left is intended to be the names of things, and we want it to take up 25% of the space at this point. So that's where this width here is coming. All right, so cluster, select. All right, we've drawn boxes around them to see if we're getting anywhere near where we want. All right, but these numbers, they're supposed to be on the left now, and there's supposed to be a frame that's 25%. Now, I don't know, I had a ruler out the other day, but 1, 2, 3, yeah, I'd say that's about 25%. Now, this thing should be drawn in the space of the other, and it's not. So there's something weird here because I'm trying to make it was H stack being fixed. That was the other thing I was thinking of. If you give something a fixed width, well, I think this should do it. It's saying the width should be that much. Frame width, I think, is our window size. Okay, yeah, 1,000 wide. So 250 pixels of that, or whatever they are, should be the width of this thing. Now this one, frame width times diagram percent, I think because of padding and stuff, I'm not sure that's really accurate. And I kind of wonder what if I leave it off. All right. Okay, I get something. I don't know, this box. It's like the box has little to do with what's going on. I mean, I guess that top line is on the edge of the box, which is a good thing. And that's half a tick down. I don't know. Now these lines, they're drawing outside of the red box, which strikes me as funny. Okay, so, but what we have done, notice the blue box and the red box are now in the space they're supposed to be. The fact that the drawing isn't respecting it, that's another thing. Okay. Yeah, they do look right. I mean, I think they're what I intended. Why it's half a line high and why these are extending over, I don't understand that yet, but we'll work on it. So I went through Paul Hudson, Hacking with Swift is his site, and he had a nice explanation somewhere about how do things get their space. And basically, the parent the parent view proposes to the child, here's how much space I think you should have. And then the child can come back and say, no, here's what I want. And you have to give it to me. I guess it's a very unhealthy parent child relationship. But the child's request, you know, overrides the parent's suggestion. And then it comes back to the parent. And then the parent gets to decide, well, the width is decided because it's going to respect the child. But how it displays it makes its best judgment, and so things will get out of the box on there. Okay, so I don't know if that's what's going on, or I've just got my scaling wrong, and I should learn to fix it. All right, the other thing we have going on is I scaled these by -1 horizontally on the diagram side because I wanted them to reflect. Our diagram had the root node over on the left and these all on the right. And so I just flipped it. But I would like the coordinates to be in terms of this red box. So 0, 0 being here. Now I can kind of accept that this line is, even though it's a pixel or two above the red, it's maybe considered to be part of that. I don't know. The line width is a little funny. But yeah, I think we'll start with this. I think that's a good move. Okay, so let's capture that. Okay, so let diagram absorb remaining space after element element names get their share. Okay, so that helped for sure. And I think it probably just gives it like an infinite box by default, or lets it ask for as much as it wants or whatever like that. All right, so there's that -1 we're going to get rid of. All right, so what that tells me is it given that it all looks good horizontally, these numbers line up with these lines, so the y-axes are okay, and I don't think we have to do anything that's going to change them. Now, let's see. Not even sure where to start here. Oh, I had another insight. Well, my thought was you could use this by default, and if it was less than, if you had numbers in this list that aren't in the list of leaves, it just, I would highlight them if you drew them, but they're not there, so I don't think it has to be. So let's take that out. Cluster.leaves, if it's 0 or 1, that's still going to be okay. It's a set, so it'll be a little redundant, but it's not necessary. So let's inline this and take this stuff out. Now, let's see if anybody else is doing this. Right, how about text? A couple places. Oh, they're both the same. Okay. Well, maybe it's not worth it then. Okay. Let's. I don't think we could detect that being wrong, but we'll at least make sure it still works. Okay. So remove commented out code. Simplify initial selected elements set. Oh, and I fixed, somehow I'd gotten a detached head on my Git, and we were not pushing to GitHub really. Okay, slow, slow, slow. I noticed this. Welcome to the chat room again. So my internet may be a little flaky here, I guess. Good. All right. So let's go to connector. So I think we got level, top bottom branch. See, I feel like somewhere we're probably reversing something in there. Can I get the width of the red frame? Yes. That's the geometry reader says I can get it when I'm in the space of drawing it. So yes. So I'm guessing you want me to scale the diagram by that, and I think that's a true need. Okay, so yeah, look at this thing. 1 minus level. That's I don't know if this is wrong or right. 1 minus level. I'm going to go back to our algorithm. Let's see, these lines. So we were drawing from here to here, knowing this distance. Oh. And our branch knows the length. Where's branch? Knows the length. It knows the starting point and the length. But where's that starting point coming from? Yeah, I think it must be. I hadn't quite convinced myself level could get no bigger than 1, although I suspected it. Well, I guess we're going to take it off. And first we'll see how it looks, and then we'll see what we think. So I think it may make it draw from the right, if I'm understanding things. Let's take that -1 off. The Dendogram view, wherever that scaling -1 is. I'll just make it +1 for now. Oh dear. Okay. We're kind of all over the map. The vertical stuff is still hanging in there. Okay, so I wonder. Oh, let's see. The connector. When we set these up. See, I wonder if this is it, right? We're taking. I mean, I think this is what's subtracting it from the child. Like, I think somehow, I think maybe I think that should be over here. The length. So we're drawing these, well, I don't think the length is wrong. I may be wrong about that, but I feel like the length is right, but I think the starting point should be on the other side. Because if you drew a child like child one, you've drawn its top line. That level should be how far you start the second line. I think. I may be messing up the length here, but let's try it this way. Okay. I think that no, the length will never be negative because the parent's level is always higher than the child's. So that's why I think that one is right. But I think we're close-ish. Like, I think this line should be on the other end. Okay. And I think if we did that, this one would look right. Now, whether, I mean, we had two that were the same length and then one short one. So I feel like the horizontal lines on elements, I believe, are correct. Now I'm going to try the top line. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Because I think, we got adjusting things so much. I don't know. I think it would have been better to make the clusters start at 0 and go. But let's see, the line drawing. All right. So, well, that one's, the line drawing itself is pretty simple, of xy to x plus delta, y plus delta. So this stuff, branch.x, I want to simplify this so much. Branch.x, y scale branch.y. Okay, I think I want to make the vertical line. Yeah, that one we haven't fixed. So the vertical line from connector dot top to connector dot bottom should be on the other end. Is that the way I want to say it? Okay, yeah, let's see. So top X, yeah, I don't think top dot X is right. I think it should be top dot X plus top dot length. Okay, so I think rather than drawing over on the, well, on the left to you all, I guess, but over on the far side, I think it should be drawing based on X plus the length, because that's the end point of the thing. Okay. I hope I'm not totally destroying this. We can always revert to the start of the day if we have to. Okay, it's closer. I mean, they're kind of. Why is it off this far? I don't know. But notice these are all right on the edge of the red line. So that much I think is cool. So how top.x is set. Okay, so I think we had drawing code. Let's put that back. And I'm sorry, let me look up format decimal to 3 places or something like that. Yeah. Just floor it down. This is the kind of thing I'm after. Format ratio times 100. Well, this will be close. Okay, so in our line code, we're going to print what we're drawing for. Okay, so print line X is string dot format. Okay, percent dot to X. Okay. Well, let me put a little junk function in here. F of okay. One, two, one, two. One, two. One, two. I'm missing something. Oh, print. Okay, and 1 minus this one. Okay, that's affecting the diamond, I think, is the only thing. We used to use it in this, but we put it all in the connector. Okay, let's run it with the print helper. Maybe too much. Okay, I guess I want to see these 3 lines first. Okay. 00 to 547 0, 0, 48, next line down to 547 y prime 48. Oh, right. Yeah, next line down. Okay, then this line from 562, which is not that. So it's got an extra, is it 15 pixels? Okay. Let's see. So I think this is saying the right thing here, but this calculation on the vertical line is not quite there. Okay, the y I think is okay. So it's just the x. Top x plus top length times diagram percent. I don't know, we do a lot of that. And I know we don't have to do that. Okay. Let's see. So, and we don't like this. I sure would have thought that top x plus top length would be the right amount. So it's going from xy to the right for length. Okay. So I'm gonna again do some printing. I'm sure there's some better way to do this visual debugging. Let's see. Vertical top x equals top dot x length equals top dot length. That's probably enough for what we want to do. Okay. I mean, it's just going to say that adds up to 562. But we'll let it say it. Frame width and diagram percent that's off. Yeah, I think maybe you're right that there's, oh yeah, we know that's wrong, don't we? Because we said just give us whatever's left. Okay. Yeah, like I really want to scale all this at the end and not do it in my drawing code. Which would have been good if I'd noticed that before, for sure. Okay, so the first vertical, x equals 0, len equals 0.75. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's that diagram percent stuff is not quite right. So branch.x. So we've scaled. Yeah. Well, these do something, right? Because our scale is 0 to 0.75. Like x can vary from 0 to 1 in the, I believe, in the way we're doing this. Certainly in the data we have, and Yeah, we're gonna have to scale. See, I think everybody that does frame width diagram percent, right? They okay. Let's try. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna do that for now. Well, no, probably what I should do is put the frame width, even though we know this is wrong. Frame width times diagram percent here, and then everybody here should take that out. Okay, so we'll try a horizontal line first and see if anything looks reasonable. Oh, now this is, oh gosh, this is not going to work. We would have to translate Y scale into that. Well, I'll take it off for now. I guess this is more of an experiment, right? We're not going to worry about diamonds. We'll just hopefully everybody else's. Okay. Something will happen. Whoops. Okay. They're either so small as to be invisible or who knows. Okay, last frame width needs to be 1. This one? Or this one? Oh, this one. Lead frame width equal. Okay. I don't think anybody's using that except the diamonds. And I'm not really focused on them. Okay. Well, what do we draw? Okay, that's the real question. 0, 0 to minus 14. Okay, that's that factor I don't like. All right, let's take that one out. Let's make this, we're going to take that button stuff off. We were taking off half the button width and a little bit of extra padding to make it look nice. It was kind of a cheating padding anyway, so I don't feel bad. Yeah. All right. And if we can get them back into scale, let's hard code this. So we should see something like 300 pixels and hopefully not anything crazy. 2216. Okay. No. Okay, what's the problem? 0, 0 to 0.750. Well, that certainly seems like enough. Is the scale effect not? Maybe it belongs up a little bit. I don't know. No. Okay. I'm gonna revert. I think it's just been too big a step. Correct changes. Any more? All right, let's run that again. Should be back to what we had. Yeah, I don't know. I would have thought that 0 to 0.75 would, go 3/4 of the way across the screen or something. All right, so I guess I really went backwards. Okay, let's. I think this move in connectors. I believe this was right, going to C1 dot level, because we're saying, whoops. Where should he start drawing the new connector? Well, it should pick up where the old one left off. And the length, I think, is okay. The Y, we think, is okay. Okay, and this is C2 dot level. Okay. And I believe this step got at least our left margin on the red of the little square we put in. Okay. Oh, and I've got the flip in there still. So let's take the flip out. The -1. Okay. All right. Ugly as this is, I think the horizontal lines are right. I think we're out of scale a little bit. Let's try scaling it. See if we can get everything kind of back in bounds. And also that'll tell us if the scale effect thing is doing what we think it is here. All right. Okay. That does, but it moved this off its thing. That's so weird. Okay. I'm going to... Oh, and my diamonds are squished. Interesting. Okay. Put that back. All right. Is this close enough? Okay. I think we're back to the point where the horizontal line was right. Now, let's see if we can get that scaling back lower down. I mean, so every x coordinate, let's see if it's scaled. I suppose if it's scaled, we're multiplying everything by some fraction, right? Or some value. Okay, so what we tried was, let's just focus on the top line. Okay, and if this scale is not needed, let's try this. Range.length and not worry about that. Okay, so I'm only touching horizontal line, and I'm going to put this on our scale. Well, let's just do this. Okay, I think my horizontal lines are very, very small. Okay, so I'm going to scale them. Now, in theory, I would have thought that, doing this would have worked. Now, is it the Z stack? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to, oops. Run it with that hard-coded value, and then we'll try the percent thing. But I would love to see what's way out there. Okay, let's scale it down. Okay, we can see these diamonds are stretched, but the lines are just gone. Where is it saying it's drawing the lines? Oh, I lost that too. Oh man. Yeah, I think it has. I don't know if it's moved left or right though. Okay, let me put the line code back. Line drawing code. Okay, so we had, I guess I just want to see where we're saying where we're drawing our lines, and then we should be able to work it out. Private func F for format takes a value of type double, yields a string, and we're going to return string dot format percent dot 0.2f value. Okay. Now we're going to print, let's just print x and delta x. Wasn't it string net? Oh, string with a format. Scale the frame to. Yeah, that's kind of, oh. Well, the frame is not explicitly anything at this point. We could put something there, but I don't think we should. All right, let's go back to 1. And I think what we're going to see is our line is 0 to 0.75. Let's like get that. Whoops. We'll try and get that clear to ourselves. Okay, so I think my x-axis line is just, these are, this thinks it's 750 or 800 or something like that, and we've got 0 to 0.75. Okay. All those are small, and then 1 562, so we got one scaled one that's coming out. Okay, so that's probably the horizontal lines. Yeah, I don't know where. I mean, in a sense, I think I should be scaling way, way out at the edge of things. It's like I want. Well, I want to do Y scale on the outside too, and that's weird. Okay, so all right, so let's take these. These first two are the horizontal bars, and this one is the vertical bar. It's drawing in the wrong place. All right, but I think those look like reasonable numbers to me. I mean, I don't know. The frame width, the frame is the correct size, so it shouldn't change. Yeah, the frame itself is okay. Right. So it's I don't think I don't think the Z stack is the problem. Let me put a frame down here. We know this makes the box a little too big. I don't really think alignment matters in this case. But I'm thinking if I scale it on the inside before the frame, then I'm affecting the drawing stuff. And then the frame just says whatever you've got should be drawn at a reasonable scale. So this is something like 600. 600 times 0.75, 450, right? I think we have that much space. So I don't know. Maybe I should move it in further and further and then move it back out when I... Okay, that's a big line. Oh, I didn't notice our frame. Is it extended on the right-hand side? Yeah. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Okay. Well, go by a factor of 10. Okay, that's one diamond. Oh my goodness. All right, let's try that. We think we're going to see a line on the far left, maybe, or maybe nothing at all. Oh, we'll keep doing that. Okay, our horizontal lines have shrunk to 0 to 1, which is like half the width of the line. All right. And if I put the scale here, if I scale it here, okay, shape should conform to view, so I think that's okay. Let me run this. View has no member stroke. Okay. Should I do it in here? Yeah. Oh, come on. Some view. Okay. Back to some shape. I mean, I guess I feel like I shouldn't have to do this down at this level, but if this works, that's a step. Okay. I think that's more or less working. I think we've screwed up by having the frame specify a size, but this looks kind of right. We'll see. So it's still drawing 0, 0, whatever. All right. That. Okay. Let's take this off. Oops, both places. And I should get longer lines. Yeah. Gosh. Okay, so that sort of says it was useful. But can I? So I think your suggestion was kind of doing this down here. Or your suggestion at one point anyway. Not sure it's your advice right now, but okay. So, again, that first horizontal lines is the only ones I care about right now. And they're gone. Yeah. Why? I mean, I would have thought that would scale the x's by this amount. All right. And this should be something like 600 or 700 or 500. Several hundred. Okay, they're gone. All right, so 750. Now, why is that not multiplying that by 750 and that by 750? Yeah. That's a good point. I guess if I do it, I've got to find the view. So this group, I think, is a view. Horizontal line is a shape. Let's try it out here. Oh man. Group has no member scale. Group is not a view. All right, I'm gonna take this off. I don't know, can we do it in cluster? Cluster returns a view. Make sure I got this in the right place. I think I did. Cluster returns a view. So I would get the same complaint here, I assume. Yep. Okay. Wow. Well, I guess I wouldn't have expected that one too, but that one. That's still not happy. Oh, it wasn't called scale, was it? It was scale effect. Um, okay, let's try that process again with one that might work. Okay, so cluster is a view. Those are shapes. So cluster has group. I would have appreciated it asking me if I meant scale effect. Okay. Which should do nothing. Oh, this is just annoying. The worst is I just don't know if I should just start from scratch and see if it makes more sense. Okay, where was the box in this situation? I think the boxes should be back right, blue and red. Okay, they look right to me. The horizontal scaling is way, way crazy. So I wonder if what's happening, maybe this value is screwing it up because it has to say, I've got something from 0 to 562, and if I multiply that by any number, there's a lot of blank space in the middle. If I multiply it by frame size, that's 750 times that is way, way huge. And so you got some tiny view probably in the middle. So let me find, that's that vertical line. Okay, let me try doing that to vertical line as well. Okay, so I'm going to take out the diagram percent. The Y scaling should be okay. All right, so at least I think it should be in a small range now. It's still got the 2, so that may screw it up still, but okay. Let's take that 2 out. I'm just too puzzled. Okay, what do we got here? 0 to 0.75, frame size 750. Well, maybe 2 is just too small now. This is cluster. Okay, let's... Okay. I mean, the worst is I know we shouldn't need... I mean, if we have our coordinates 0 to 1 and then we scale the whole thing at the end, I think it should be right. Where are they? And again, this is... Let's put a scale effect on here. I'm just trying to play around and squeeze it back down and see if we can see something. Okay. I don't know where the vertical lines are, but the stuff is out there somewhere. I guess that's the verdict of it. Okay, let me... yeah, I mean, scale effect, that's what we're after. Okay, I feel like we're on a weird track. Now, maybe... do I need to anchor it leading? Well, I think that's the place I don't have that control, because if the parent proposes like, hey, you should fit in your box, and the child comes back and says, no, I want 1,000,000 miles, then the parent says, okay, you get 1,000,000 miles, and it decides where to put it, like centered or whatever. But it and I think we are, well, okay, maybe we're not. I may be arguing from the wrong side of the track. Because they do center by default, don't they? Yeah. Okay. So maybe this will say, put your child in, but stick it on the left. Okay, that might be enough to get it back in view. Well, okay, now there's that red box. I think that thing is squeezed to nothing, and that our stuff is out there. All right, but I've got too many. Okay, let's take this one out. Let's take this one out. Ah, gosh, I don't know. Apparently anchor it when applying the scale effect. Oh. Just anchor, okay. Okay. Okay, I bet, well, I don't know why it's not starting on the left side of the red line, the box, but I bet that's our lines drawn to scale 500 or something thickness. Oh, golly, golly, golly. That's on the Z stack. Let's make this just 0.5. I don't think that's going to affect what we just did, though. Just want to see if the box gets squeezed in a little. Yes. Okay. And then the whole thing gets centered because H-stack's doing that. All right. I guess I want to experiment enough to find a way out of this. Right now, it looks like the best thing we can do is scale. Well, we could scale these things before we draw the path. I think that would work. Let's make sure, did that work? I think we had some problems with it. And now I got to find these weird scales. Get rid of this. Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to push through if we're learning something that we can start over with, but I'm also feeling like, wow, we're just well, I'm just floundering on it, I guess I should say. All right, so I'm going to take these off. I'm saying now we're scaling all x coordinates in the path. All right, and trying to figure out where we're going to see it. And then this frame width, well, I guess I'll make it 6.5 just to be, I don't think it's proving anything being different than the frame diagram percent, but I do think diagram percent is a little screwed up because there's padding and so it's going to be just a little bit off. Something, okay. It's kind of right. Other than the vertical bars, okay, so I think the vertical bars are in the wrong place still. Okay, let me do that. That we can fix. We said this was top dot x plus top dot length. Okay. Okay, I think a lot of work to get back kind of where we were, but I guess we've never had it so good at the in this thing today. I'm not going to worry about that because that's an adjustment we took out. So other than the diamonds, that looks pretty good. Now, I don't know if I can scale that. Let's do it down here. Okay, it's scaled. So the picture is shrunk, but the frame is not. And it's not starting at the 0 point either. Okay, let me take that scale off. Now, what if I do that in here? Times diagram percent. Sorry, if I anchor the scale. Oh, good question. Yeah, let's go back and do that. Yeah, that's a good question. It does. Good catch. All right. That's pretty good, really. Other than the diamonds being in the wrong place, but I bet they work. Yeah. All right, let's position the diamonds and see how that goes. Okay, so that's this scale effect. Where's the diamonds? Okay, that was the X. Frame width. Times 1 minus connector dot level. Well, let's just make that times connector dot level. We'll clean up as after we get it straight. Yeah. Okay. Now we got this little bit of twiddling off. And you can tell it's scaled because those diamonds should be square diamonds and they're squished horizontally. Okay. And so let me try. I wonder, I mean, it's a Z stack. I wonder if just the order we're drawing it is, yeah. So before we were drawing the parents after we drew the children, and now I reversed it. So we're drawing the parents before, and then when you put the diamond on, the diamond has a little background. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's. Let's try it. Yeah, I guess that's that's the issue. It's stupid in a way, but Y scale times connector center. Now I don't know what our X factor is. Is that 0.75? Do I have that still somewhere? Yeah, 3/4. So I guess 4/3. Oh no, that's position, not scale. Yeah. Oh, we're just positioned a little off. Ugh. Okay. The real problem is I'm scaling by 3/4, and I should just instead draw things to fit, right? Would be a better solution. All right. And then the other thing this makes me want is I really wish the root had a little a little bit more in there. I don't know if center's going to help anything. But I may be losing my intuition on this stuff by now. Okay, you're right. All right. If I can get that 4/3 gone, the 3/4 gone, then I don't have to worry about it. And I think the problem is, well, it's really frame width. So diagram percent is just not right, is the problem, I think. Because let's see if we can go in here. Right, we definitely have, well, that's a little ugly too. Let's gotta get rid of those stripes. This padding, the sandy colored padding between the red line and there, and then same thing over here, and then there's a little bit here which I wouldn't mind getting rid of. I don't think there's a reason to have it. Those should subtract off the frame size, so maybe we can, let's see, I know I had padding somewhere. Okay, there's padding 4. Doesn't matter there. Padding 24 on the whole thing. No, this one is not for sure. The one between the two frames, I don't think I put any in there. So I think the one on the left and the right is the 24, but this one, I don't know where that comes from. Oh, it's probably a default on the horizontal stack. Spacing. Right. Okay. All right. Well, let's hard code. Let's capture this. I mean, I think we've made enough progress. Make drawing. Make diagram. Draw. How to say it? Forward from left instead of backward plus flipped. Okay. So I think, well, let's, Okay. Now, this, I think we need to do frame width minus twice of outer padding times that. And then this one is frame width minus twice outer padding times diagram percent. I feel like that might be okay. All right, and we'll take the scale off in a minute. Build failed. No exact matches in call to instance. Well, this is weird. It's not a red thing. It's like an old. Oh, just. No, it's in both. Okay. I need to type check. Now I can't do the subtraction in here either, so ugh. 48, so it's at 952. Sorry, what did I call that? Inner frame width. I may regret that one. All right. And okay, let's try that. I really dislike that Swift won't let me define variables and constants in terms of other constants. Really. Okay, I think that was that first one. Inner frame width times diagram percent. Well, no, that should be okay. Is it this one? Position is frame width times 1 minus that O2. That seems unlikely. width is, oh, there should be times. Okay. Now I should be able to take the scale off. All right. Hopefully I don't have to put the anchor thing in there. Something's off. I mean, we got the 3/4 thing, but that's not going to. It's still too big. I mean, it's shaped correctly. Everything's drawing nicely. Although I could go pick some more, but okay, I'm going to take out some stuff. Frame, I don't think I need that. Well, this is not correct. That should be inner frame width. I don't think that's enough. Maybe it is. I mean, those 48 pixel things that add up. Okay, now the diamonds are off, but that's probably my doing. No. Position X is, what is that thing? Frame width. Okay. I mean, this is because it's drawing it right centered there. I could add more padding. Yeah. I mean, diagram percent. What if I take this off again? Is it that should leave it just taking whatever it can. Okay, so I don't think there was any harm in that. But all right, let's I don't think that's going to be better. It's still going to be drawing over the outside the box. Yeah, its box is smaller, but it's not. So what's going on? All right. Okay, let me clean up what we have, and then I think we'll go from there. So the padding that should be used here, should be used on the bottom. I don't know why that got a syntax error before. All right. Interesting. Padding can only be a constant. No exact matches in call to instance. I don't think the number should matter. Maybe it does. Maybe it just doesn't like ints. It's one to convert it a simple int, but a variable. It wants to be the double. Okay. All right. I'm going to take out anything that doesn't contribute. All right. Print statements. This could be better, but all right, that we live without. This, okay, let's take that out. Connector.level. Cluster. I'm going to inline that. Okay, let's make sure this looks all right. Oh yeah, we had some extra parens somewhere. Okay. Do you remember where those were? Well, that's extra here. I remember leaving some somewhere, but I don't remember where. All right, let me. Okay, connector.level. Thank you. Good eye. Okay. Now, something's funny in here. There was a frame width. Oh, that was already adjusted. Okay. Oh, let's commit this. Remove debugging. Extra parens. Okay. Well. Okay, so at this point, let's look at the pieces as we go. All right, so we're adjusting we're using inner frame and diagram percent to scale that. Oh, I can probably refactor that one with the tool. Okay, so we're moving. Okay. I guess that's okay. But this is critical because it's yeah. Um I mean, maybe I should make it var and then assign it in here. Equals frame width minus 2 times outer padding. And then, I mean, what are we shrinking it by? I don't know if this is just an adjustment factor. I mean, I'm kind of trying to catch something that'll be big enough to move the diamond inside the bar. It also shrinks the left-hand panel, though, I will say, right? So it's a little funny. Right. Well, this is probably it's like I want the y-axis to shift by half a line width. Or yeah, maybe it's a +1. All right. So let's see. So we shrink inner frame width. So the rightmost diamond is inside. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, why? Well, I kind of think Y scale is a thing too, right? I think we're consistently, our lines are consistently multiplying the Y-axis by Y scale. So maybe we should do that. I mean, I think this is Well, I find this still funny, but okay. So what do I want to get right? I want to make these things number. I really want this to be number plus 1, I think is what's going on. It's I want it 1 full line's worth down. And I think that'll adjust the one on the left side, and then I'll have to do something on the right side. And maybe that's not the right adjustment. But okay, it is the right amount. That would get this fully inside its box. Is that the way to do it? I don't think it really is, though. It's well, I don't think the padding helps, because what we're doing is we're just going in and saying, I'm going to write it down to whatever coordinate I want to write it to. So I draw this line, and it's, on the very top edge of the frame. I would like it to be further down. So I think what I'm going to say is this. X colon 0, Y colon Y scale. So I'm going to try and move it down one notch. I don't think I should be fooling with this number, because this number really is the row number, and it shouldn't have to think about that. But yeah, there I can offset it. And then I can do the same thing to this one. Z-stack, offset that. I might be ready to take these boxes out. Oh, I'm not quite. Okay. Yes. Okay. I mean, that's the effect I'm hoping for, and I think that's easier than reshuffling everything to offset inside, because we really do want to just pretend everything's on 0, but we'd like it to display a little lower, and I think offset is the tool for that. Now, what's left? Well, we got these 2 boxes. They appear to be the right size, and so I'm happy with them that way. I'm going to move this back to right aligned, like per your suggestion yesterday. Alignment leading. Now this is where I get confused. Position. Okay, I think this is the one that should be trailing. Let's see if it builds. Okay. It does not do that. Is it on the text? What position does that? No. I think this 2.0 thing is bugging me still. Look. Okay, so we're taking our frame width, which is which is a little off, right? Should that be inner frame width? I think it should. Okay, inner frame width times its percent, and then we're dividing by 2. You know what? I'm going to put a box on this too. Border color green. See where they think they're positioned, and if they're, I'm expecting the box to be right around the text, but if it is something else, I'd want to know it. Not what I expected. That's on the text element. Why there's only one box, though, that's a little weird. Okay, that's kind of what I expected. Yeah. But are these things left aligned? They're not. They're centered, right? C-stack. I don't know where it goes. I don't think that's it. Well, I can do this, but I don't want it to be multi-aligned. See, I think it's within its frame. Maybe it's not. There's no issue of alignment because its box is pretty much tight around it. Yeah. Right. So when we position this thing to, basically we're saying position it in the middle. Something is not. I mean, you're right. Something is forcing it to center a line. All right. Border padding, yes. Okay. Oh, frame. Okay. So we're telling it, like, take as much space as you can, but force yourself on the right, I guess. Okay. So maybe this needs to be after. We want to see the frame at this point. Yeah, so if that only goes on the frame, that may do it. Now we're saying take the full width and write a line within it. Okay. And then I just want a little space there. I don't know if, I think I'll put it on the text item. Padding. We did this somewhere. It's like, oh, maybe I deleted that. It's like 2, no. Dot. Right. Is it like that? So I think I'm forcing this thing. I'm telling it, take as much space as you can, but then give yourself two ticks of padding on the right. So the border, well, yeah, I think it's going to force the frame smaller because no. Trailing. Yeah, I think it's going to say, oh, we got to leave room for the padding. Within that, you can have as much space as you want. Of course, I'd rather see it work. Okay, there's a little. Let's put the border above the padding and let's give it just a touch more. Just a little breathing space. Now, if the names were long, yeah, okay, let's get these borders out. I think if the names were long, I'm not sure. I think I might still have some work to do, but the way it is, okay. Let's see what happened. Well, that's how that was, right? Okay, I'm going to take the border off this one. I don't think this would affect the text one. Oops. I don't know of anything. I'm not sure how you would force that. There must be something that can like chop off everything outside its view or something like that. But but I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Clipped. Okay. There is a way to tell text. Like, how do you want to squeeze it if you don't have enough room? So I do think we'll have to do that when we get enough text to be interesting. Okay, so now the only thing left is this. All right. What? Okay. I'm. Let's see. Is it maybe this is adding a pixel or something? Let's move it inside and see if it makes a difference. This thing is so touchy. Now, border inside the offset, we might be able to see some difference there, but it shouldn't affect the text. Yeah. So the border, this is the original border, but we offset it, I think is what that means. But why? I mean, border seems to be like a Z-stack kind of thing. Yeah, that trailing alignment should go. Or I don't think we need it anyway. Let's make sure. because we did the work in the text field. Okay, and then maybe that will make that color not necessary. I don't know why, but golly. I thought that was a transparent. No, I don't think it did. Yeah, something's. Oh, it did work. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I was still expecting them in the middle. Okay, I guess I've been chasing my tail for 5 minutes here. All right. What is? Gosh, this still bugs me. So we're centering it. Like I don't think we should have to do this, should we? I think this should be 0 at this point. Anything that not work is hard. No. Well, I don't think I do. Do you think I can leave it off here totally? I don't know if that. That's just some X and Y we're both required. Huh. No. See, this makes me feel like what if this were before? And I don't mind putting this like that. So I'm saying the text should be positioned starting at its left side, and you can give it the whole space you want and align it to the right. I think that's, I don't know, makes sense to me, but I think it likes to center it for that. Okay. Ooh. Let's go back to where we were. Yeah, it is. I mean, by the time it, okay, so we got bold text of a certain size. We said put it in an infinite box and align it to the right of that. As much space as anybody's willing to give you, you should do that. And then we're saying, but you should have 4 points trailing. And then we're saying you should be placed. You should be placed halfway across the field, right? I mean, that's the weird thing. Because I would think I'm taking your arbitrarily wide box. Okay, so I got to think it through from the top down again. So the parent is the position, right? Saying, I'm going to place you at halfway across the field or the area. Start there. Um, put the border on the outside of this. Okay, he's off the screen. If I divide by 2, that's how it was. And I think we should say he's on the screen. Okay. What if I divide by 1.5? Well, I remember we had to fiddle around with frames and thises and that's to get this horizontal text placement. Okay, so that's too far. Yeah. There's clearly something I'm missing, but my fear is, let's do 2 again. And this is the one that looks right. Select. Okay. But how is he? Yeah, I just don't get how he's placing that. Like something's going on at the halfway point. I guess. Yeah. Another frame around that one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this outer frame should be the big box, and this frame should be the text only. Now, so when you come into this, you're saying, how much space do you want? And he's going to say my natural size is, 1 or 2 characters worth, but I'll take anything you can give me. So I guess if the parent proposes some amount of space, it's going to say, I don't know. I'm going to have to review how that part works again. But I think he's saying, I'd like that much, but, if you say I got to use XYZ, I'll do XYZ. So I'll take the minimum of my max width and how much space you give me, or something like that. Okay. I mean, I just really want to get. I'm trying to place it vertically, but horizontally. Like, let me try a very long number. Okay. I don't know how big I can go with 64 bits. Nope, too big. Oh, and that's the wrong one. 9. See if I can make something overflow. I feel like he's. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I did it again. 9. guess that's the number. Where's the 1, 2, 7, 8, 10, 11? That's the one I want to zap up. Okay, the good news is he does write to the front of the frame of his box. I can force it into a smaller size thing, which I will want to with text. I mean, it's not, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, we don't want it to wrap. I mean, I can't do anything much bigger than that, but if it would go to 3 lines, if it needed 3 lines, and I imagine it would overwrite the 10 or double write or something like that. But I know there is a way to force the text to fit its box. Yeah, subtle versus. There's a some sort of qualifier that does it. Scaled to fit. It does nothing, huh? No, I don't want scale effect. Minimum scale factor, is that it? No. It'll do the dots, and you can control whether the dots come at the beginning or the end. Yeah. Oh, I can do line limit 1. That would be worth doing. Maybe it'll just do the job if I do that. Oh, Dendogram view. I think it might default to the one with dots in the middle. Yeah. Oh, it's on the end, but I can live with it either way. Okay. Well, I'm bugged by that weird factor. Like, why do we have to adjust by half the size? Inner frame width. Okay, the inner frame width is, say, well, it's not 1,000, but if it's 1,000, 25% would be 250 divided by 2. Yeah, does it? Okay. I thought we had one here. Alignment. I don't know if this will mess it up or if it'll make it so we could do it. Okay, so it looks okay with that. But now if I change this to 0 again. Something was centered. Yeah. Who is centered? Is it maybe the Z stick? If I could spell. No? Okay, I'm finding things that don't do anything. All right. So this had no effect. Frame alignment trailing is how we got our trailing. Now, let's do this. Because we're not really placing things that arbitrarily. Oh, but it is, huh? VStack for each. That should absorb the extra space. No. Okay. Wait, is this working? I think I left it wrong. Okay. Nope. Okay. Boy, that annoys me, but all right. Let's see. The other thing we want to do here, this VStack has the done button. I just want to put a title on the page. This is cluster. Wait, I messed up now. No. Okay. Yeah, so this is text. I don't know what to call it. Dendogram is not a word musicians are going to know. At least not enough of them. Cluster view visualization. Cluster view. I don't know. All right. Yeah, I can live with this. I mean, we still haven't put in the tunes, right? This is just made up numbers so far. but I think that's looking about as good as it's going to. Now, I do have a problem that I guess I'm wondering about this notion of popping in here to select things. I mean, it kind of seems to me like if you're going to be in here, like if you wanted to see the cluster view, you want to see the cluster view and select based on that, and there's no reason for all the extra space. Okay, I guess that's all right. We'll take what we have. All right, so add title, try to tweak text view a bit. I guess I could check these out. Okay, we have updated the line limit. And I guess I can be specific. Oops. Okay. I feel like there was something else I was planning to do. Okay. Well, there is. All right. I haven't been keeping to-do up at all today, have I? Flip Dendogram horizontally. Yes, we've done that. It was a lot of work. TUNE-23-42. Okay. We want the filter to work and we want the tunes to work. I think, well, the filter stuff really needs the tune in place first. The filter really is filtering a bunch of tunes and it won't know what to do with any numbers. Excuse me. All right, so make cluster tunes. Alrighty. And is the to do the only thing? Okay. Right. So who creates this? We got to go back there, I guess. Pipeline. Okay. This controls the active things. I guess the app is the starting place. Oh, I can't remember what they call that. Oh, there it is. Okay. We added cluster stage as a valid stage. Okay, now cluster stage is a transform. It has its init, and then this transform does nothing. All right. Let's also look at filter. Filter stage. Okay, so here, transform. Well, transform's doing the work. Okay, there's got to be filter text. If not, just return the thing. All right. Otherwise, it does the work of the filter and then returns a new packet and puts in its metadata to say what was going on. All right. So, well, this maybe this is back to that view problem. Like maybe this view should be in in this purple window. Instead of the select button. So that was something view, cluster view. All right, control stage. I don't think I want to make it the sheet. I want it to be the thing in the center. Okay, so let's do that. I don't think I need any of this. And we're going to take out the done button stuff. But I think this becomes Dendogram view with stage. Okay, we'll run this, but it's going to blow up when we do that. Yeah, that's going to be a challenge. I mean, it's too big now because it's a fixed size, and this done button will close the whole app. I don't think the horizontal size should be fixed, and it's in a scroll view. Is this? What's that? I'm sorry. It is not in a scroll view. I think this may be. I think this is the parent leaking in. Okay, because we don't have the cluster view stuff at all. All right, so I've messed up something. Transform shape, Z-stack. Oh, okay. Right. This thing draws itself to the full edge, and really, I don't think it should. All right. I think I can take this off and show dendogram is going to be true. So let's take that out. And now somebody should complain. Maybe at runtime, but this dismiss button is not getting triggered. Where's dendogram view? Okay, this goes away. And again, somebody should notice that. We don't need a done button. Now, I don't know if we need these two. And I don't know if we need this. Oh, but the frame width we use. Okay, let's start with this. Okay, that's the color issue. Oh, weird. So that's the contrasting color for pink. We're not in our cluster. Or maybe our frame width, maybe this is creating problems. I want it to be in the frame of the parent view. Right. Okay. Well, we kind of know how big it should be. All right. Where's another view that grows? Not that, not that. Parsons code. All right, let's get a real input. Okay, there's Parsons code. He really puts this beneath him. I mean, we could do the same kind of thing. This one is in line. No, it's beneath. That one's in line, but it's fixed. That's a separate window. Well, I think maybe we're doing something like this one. All right, so let's go see Parsons view. Okay, center VStack stage name, stage message, followed by, okay, so that's a VStack with the thing following. Okay. Well, this is the kind of thing we would probably like. Okay, so Dendogram, no, cluster view. Let's put this in our center and this after our Z stack. Okay. And Parsons view, let's see, message. I think that's a syncs have messages. Right. Okay. So we don't need that. Let's put these next door so I don't have to bounce around quite so much. All right. So now we're just going to get a name that's the name of our stage and then this following. All right. Now, that's fine. This leaves a little to be desired. Alrighty. It is. I think it's probably because it doesn't know its size. Because I just took it away. Frame height. See the. Now I think what this is going to do is make it too big. Right, but that's more or less acceptable if it weren't that big. All right, but I think we know. Now the other thing we do is we put a box around it. So this one again. All right, yeah, this kind of thing. And we don't have a report, so that's not as critical. Okay, border is the stage color, padding 4. This does not matter. Okay. Yes, that's right. We can definitely calculate the height. The width, I think we have to derive it from the width of what we're given is kind of the way I see it. All right. And but that's okay-ish. I'm surprised the color is not green here. but we can check that out. Well, let's do the Parsons code. No, gotta load a tune first. Yeah, his thing is that color. Okay, we'll have to see what's black and white. All right. Let's see. So I did. Those colors, did I? Yeah, these colors, well, they're okay. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have to do them. But yeah, there we go. We got them back. All right. So okay, let's check this in to get what we get. Make Dendogram view more of a top level view shown when cluster is selected. We fixed color. Let it scroll based on parent view, which seems right. Okay. Now, the two things that, well, the real worry I have is the width, because we've built this frame width hard coded into what window size we gave it. Same for the height. To your point, we know well, what do we know? We kind of know the number of elements, right? Because, I mean, we can get it. So we should be able to make the height correct, but assuming that it's 1,000, I mean, that's just hard coding. If I resize the window, something's going to be, yeah. It really should be a fraction. It should be relative to the width of its parent view, I guess is the way to say it. If you scrunch the window a lot, you're not going to be very happy, even if it shrunk down. Although to some extent, I mean, the 1,000 is about what we've used for this, so it's not too far off. Okay, let's see. So let me start tracking this in To Do. So cluster tunes. Well, I guess what we did was we made Dendogram view top level. Okay. Now I want to fix the size. Make Dendogram view take vertical size depend on number of elements. Make Dendogram view horizontal size depend on parent view. Okay. Okay. Oh, and have I turned this on today? No, I haven't. Okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, I mean, I could make it scroll horizontally. It might not be the worst thing. Yeah, we'll keep that one in mind. Or scroll horizontally. That might be okay too. And the real thing is, it's like there's no point on yeah, we need a mid width. There's Well, what do I want to say? Assuming that our clustering comes back with a maximum of 1, then it's really kind of up to us what that size should be, and maybe it should be like proportional to the number of elements or something. We can definitely work something out. All right, but vertical slice, we know the number of elements, so we should be able to do something about it. Okay, he gets the stage. Let's see what cluster stage knows. He's a transform. Doesn't know much more than a stage. Okay. Name, icon, name, ID. That's boring. All right. What we don't get... Wait a minute. When do we... I guess it's the packet. Okay, so here's filter stage. It's really this transform on the packet. That's our source of everything. Okay. Now, all right. Somewhere, like, okay, maybe it just has to come in with a stage. But what's the stuff we're working on? We haven't said that anywhere. We just made it up, which got us pretty far. I'm happy about that. But the cluster maybe is what needs to come in, or, well, yeah, I mean, somebody needs to cluster it, and then they need to give us a cluster. So I don't know if they can give us a cluster. Is that good? I think what it means is we've got to have some object that holds our cluster. Well, let's maybe go see what a cluster is again. I think he's just a struct. Okay. Oh, he's an enum. Okay, so he's kind of a value. Right, so not Parsons, cluster view. Well, cluster view should hold a cluster. That sounds like perfectly reasonable stuff. And I guess he's a state because this is the thing that's going to know it. State private var cluster of cluster. Okay. Now, where that comes from, I think it has to be identifiable too, but we'll see. Cluster. It's hashable. Okay. Parameter cluster, yes. Parameter E could not be inferred. Oh, we're all... E is inaccessible. Oh, we just have to add the argument. Well, okay. I don't know if we can. Oh, shoot, you're right. All right. Let's go back a slight bit. I'll put in my rare to do and stop here. Okay. I think what I see is we're going to have the cluster. How we initialize that is less clear to me because it's going to happen when the transform call comes in. And let's see, filter stage. Does that do that? So the stage is going to have to do it. So I don't know. The stage may be the one that is responsible for that, but one way or the other, we have to have our cluster is going to need a cluster to view. That seems perfectly reasonable, and it's a good place to pick up tomorrow. So tomorrow, 2 to 4:30 Eastern or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC, and thanks for joining. Hope I catch you in the future. And Mudshark, thanks for all your help. I'd probably be 3 hours further back without it. So see you next time. I hope. Bye bye.